And we back.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Childish Cambino, and I'm back with another video. Uh, y'all might be thinking, why am I wearing this hat? This straw hat, to be exact. But if you checked out the thumbnail, the title, you don't need to be asking that question. You already know what we're here for. We're here to talk about One Piece. Before that, I want to give a quick shout out to all my homies who threw me on. Dan, Bruce, Jared. Shout out to y'all. Put me on One Piece. You dig? And with that being said, let's hop right into it. I first started watching One Piece when I was a kid, back on Toonami, but I had only seen like a few episodes here and there. May have only caught like fragments of it, but there's like one distinct thing I remember, and that was Zoro getting stabbed by Mihawk. That's my earliest memories of One Piece. I actually started watching the show consistently when I entered 10th grade after I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get back into it. I caught up all the way to the part where Luffy and crew get the Going Merry, and they were fighting some cat nigga who I can't remember the name of. And I had stopped right there for a solid two and a half years. I stopped at that point. I've only seen up to there. So recently this year, I just been getting back into it. Watched all the way through Skypiea, all the way through Enies Lobby. More on Enies Lobby to come later because that shit fire. But yeah, so I've seen approximately 323 episodes right now, about a little bit more than one third through the series currently. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now with One Piece. To kick things off, I'm gonna start off talking about what I really like about the show and the things that I don't like. But yeah, what I really like about the show, I just like the general premise of it. It takes place in like there's no really exact year as far as I can remember that they give, but like the pirate era, uh, and the whole premise of it is Luffy. He wants to become the king of the pirates. I kind of really like that because relates to my favorite character Naruto. He wants to become the Hokage. Basically, Luffy wants to have great renownment, power. I can respect that. Um, and just the whole going from point A to point E with all the points in between, the whole journey aspect of it. I really like series that go on long journeys and we get to see how the things that happen along the way change the characters, different places they go. And speaking on different places they go. In One Piece, judging from how long the series is, uh, I just know there's going to be a lot of places that they go, so a lot of things are going to happen. I just had that everything to look forward to right there. Just a lot to like about that. It gave me great expectations. While this may be a shonen cliche, the theme of friendship, I really like how tight knit the group in One Piece is. Just they seem more like family than friends, if anything. So that whole special camaraderie and bond that they have, just the overwhelming confidence that Luffy has in all of his friends, how they love each other, is I just think that's pretty awesome to see because in most series, they be like I said, they just keep it at a friendly level. But nah, One Piece, they take it basically to the max. They really tight knit, like a real family. So I just really like that strong bond that each crewmate has, that they all have with each other. Now for the things that I don't like. I don't like Luffy. Yeah, he's he's just so well right now. He's just so dumb. He's basically the typical shonen protagonist, but on 10. He's really dumb, immature, stupid, and I don't really like that in my shonen protagonist anymore. I really like when they develop, and he has developed to a certain point, but like I said, those he still has all of those traits on 10 right now. I'm hoping he becomes a better character. He calms down a little bit more. Actually uses his head and gains some sense. So I can hope to like him more. But yeah, another thing I don't like about the series is how long it actually took to I would say get good, or like for things to actually pick up within the story. For like, I don't know. I'm gonna give a rough estimate until like the Alabasta arc or so. Everything, not even that, because I'm gonna go into Skypiea a little bit. From the beginning all the way to the beginning middle portion of Skypiea, it's like everything is so slow. It just drudges along, and like within that, how slow that is, it leads from a lot of moments that aren't really interesting, and it made it an actual chore to watch. That's why I had to stop so frequently to get myself together and prepare to watch for more extended periods of time. And so yeah, I don't like how slow everything was going. Yeah, but moving on to my favorite arcs in One Piece. Going in order from 1 to 3. I just kept it at 3. Number 1, I have Enies Lobby. 2, I have Skypiea, and 3, I have Alabasta. Starting from number 3 on up, Alabasta. I don't really remember too much about it right now. I'm drawing a little bit of blanks, but I really liked it because it introduced, as far as I can remember, it introduced like the government of another country. We got to see how they operated in Alabasta, and everything that was going on with them and their relations to the government, and all that entailed at the point. Also, introduced Crocodile, the leader of, I can't really remember the name of the organization right now, but yeah, the leader of that organization. And it also introduced us to Nico Robin and the Poneglyphs. Robin becomes a major player in a couple arcs later. Also, the fight between Luffy and Crocodile, bro, that shit was nice. Luffy finally used his head there. It took him a while, but he finally used his head there and realized that he couldn't hit Crocodile. So he covered his fist in blood so that way he could actually injure him, because Crocodile's Devil Fruit type Alogia allows him to turn into element. Couldn't really hit him until he was like covered in some type of liquid, whether it be water, but Luffy used his blood. So yeah, moving on, Skypiea. Beginning of Skypiea was a big drag to get through, I will not lie. All the way through the middle, but it was consistent and it was good. It was okay through the slugfest that it was in the beginning, in the middle, but at the end, between the fights between Luffy and Inaru and all the information getting revealed between the Shandorians and Nolan, oh, that was great right there. I really loved that. Just everything that was revealed, how the Shandorians coincidentally just walked in on Nolan and his crew just cutting down the trees. They are thinking that, oh my God, they're tearing down our land. We have to get them out of here as quick as possible. But in actuality, we're cutting down the trees to get samples so they could to help them. Oh wait, no, the trees were decaying. That's what it was. The trees were decaying, so they had to just cut them out because they were dead. Yeah. And then the battle between Luffy and Inaru, bro, that was nice. Oh my God. Like, I honestly didn't think that Inaru would pose such a threat. Yeah, they were calling him God in the beginning, but I thought, he just had that title. Nah, that he actually lived up to it, because like the threat he imposed to Luffy, it was a big scale. He picked up the entire Sky Island. He was gonna drop it. It was crazy. It was crazy. I really loved it towards the end. That's all I'm saying. I really loved it towards the end. It was crazy. Moving on to Enies Lobby, my number 1, my favorite. Oh my gosh, this arc was so amazing, emotional, from beginning to end. This was the only arc that actually held my attention, kept me engaged from beginning to end. It was so emotional, filled with action, development from the characters. We get to see Robin's past. learn more about her, her whole shadiness going on here. Why she wants to just go with the organization and leave the crew, CP9, the organization, CP9, and leave the crew, and give up her life. But nah, bro, Luffy wasn't having it. He was like, you are my friend. That's what I really like about Luffy. Just that whole confidence, like I said earlier, that he has in his friends. And that scene when he shouted at Robin, "Let me hear you say it," and she screamed out, "I should live! Take me with you!" That was, I would say that's the best moment in that arc right there. Her saying, "I want to live." Just those little lines of dialogue, "I want to live." That was top tier right there. But yeah, the fights in there. Usopp had some nice fights in Enies Lobby. Well, when I say nice fights, he had some nice moments in fights in Enies Lobby. But Luffy and what's his name? Lucci. Luffy versus Lucci. Luffy busting out second gear and third gear in that fight because he watched the members of CP9 and he adapted their assassin techniques. He adapted that into his arsenal, found a way to do that himself. Developed gear second and gear third. The arc was great, bro. The arc was great. My favorite by far. I think I'm gonna end up just talking about my favorite characters. So, just to name a few, I have Zoro, Usopp, Nami, and Ace as my favorite characters right now. It's just Zoro. He's cool as hell. Like, and I like his sword style. His fighting style is very unique. He uses a 3 sword style. Although I don't see how he actually uses the 3rd sword in his mouth to strike people, because due to the constraints of the neck and whatnot, I don't see how you would have enough force to generate to actually cut people with that. But it's an anime. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. It's just supposed to look cool and dope and be entertaining. So I'm gonna take it as that. He cool as hell. Usopp starts off as he still is a liar, and he lacks confidence in himself majority of the time. He's also very weak, but he still, for so long, continues with the crew, and you get to see him develop. He becomes more confident. He gains trust in others, puts his trust in others, and it's just a great thing to see. Usopp is I find Usopp is the most relatable character for me because we have some similar traits. So just reflection, so to speak. Usopp is a dope character. I really like Usopp, and like I said, he had some cool scenes in Enies Lobby. When he was Soj King, he just really bossed up. To protect his pride, he came up with a completely different persona, and he just bossed up. No hesitation within that arc. He did any and everything he could to save Robin. So that was cool to see. And Nami, she's a navigator of the crew. She's hella smart, but also very cunning as well. And her whole goal of becoming a navigator and charting out a map of the world and seeing different places, I just find that really interesting. Lastly, Ace, Luffy's older brother. Ace is a cool character too. Don't really know too much about him right now, other than he's Luffy's brother, and he has fire powers because of his devil fruit. But I'm looking forward to seeing more about his backstory get revealed. And also, Ace is extremely selfless. Just the whole idea, where he's at right now, running from power-wise, I'm pretty sure he could want to be a captain or a king of the pirates, but nah, he puts himself with Whitebeard in his crew, and he wants to make him the king of the pirates. I just think that's extremely selfless, and yeah, that's another reason why I like Ace. Nice dude, nice character. But yeah, that's the end of this video. 320 something episodes deep into One Piece. I'll probably make another episode like this after I watch another 300 episodes. I'll probably do it at each third until I'm caught up, and then Probably won't be making any more until the series is finished. Maybe, I don't know. 'Cause One Piece is probably gonna be going on for a long, long time. So yeah, like I said, do it at each third I get to, and that's it. I'm out.